is YouTube? It's your boy Blasphemous HD, aka scared of shit that I should be scared of for everybody who judges me about this. Aight. If you guys want to watch the original video, the links in the description is down below. Throw this gum away. Kobe! We all play video games. Aight? And then we all got video game characters that scare the crap out of us, like some of the bosses of the games. For me, it was anything involved in the grudge. Anything involved in the grudge, I don't even want that in my life. You feel me? So this video's 8 most terrifying video game enemies. The link is in the description down below. If y'all want to watch the original video, it's on What Culture Gaming's channel.
Hello all. So way back when I was but a
Also, one of the scariest game characters to me was them nurses from Silent Hill. Cause the way they would move, you know what I mean? Like even in the movie, they would always be on that ish. You feel me? Like they, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't even know when they gonna do their thing, and then, you know what I mean? And all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't like none of that when I was a young person.
fledgling neckbeard, I did a video, my first live video in fact, on terrifying Silent Hill enemies and what they mean. Fantastic shirt choice, young me. Oh, if only you knew.
I legit am going to probably watch that next because, yep. Oh no, he's got an even scarier one on the side. We gon'
Designing fear is a subject that I love discussing with anyone who will listen, and more often than not with those that won't listen but are chained to my radiator. As the amount of love poured into enemy.
Bruh. But that reminds me of why I used to watch PewDiePie's Let's Plays of Dark Descent or whatever that game was called, and it scared the trash out of me.
Character and world design is often truly impressive, and therefore
that's a real nigga. Look at him. Go throw the face at him. He's
terrifying.
And you're dead.
So seeing as we're all
and you're dead. God, I jumped. Memories. I've never played the game, but I still got memories of how scary it is.
full to bursting with Xmas glut, let's scare the shit out of ourselves and drop.
This Five Nights at Freddy's was not scary at all.
Catherine. One of the most underrated games of the last generation, Catherine's strange brand of psychological horror and puzzle platforming made it a difficult sell for the majority.
But why is homie bucket naked, like climbing this Rubik's Cube though? Can we talk about that? And where you at as to where they still put feathers in their pillows, my nigga? You might have to go ahead and
players, which is a shame considering that it told one of the most emotionally powerful and nightmarishly evocative narratives gaming has ever seen. With each level being a metaphorical representation of main character Vincent's relationship with the titular Catherine, the third boss took the abstract theme to terrifying new heights. Beginning after Catherine tells Vince that she might actually be pregnant, the latter faces off against a huge mechanical baby with a...
Whoa. You encounter an in-game boss because your girlfriend says she's pregnant? That is so realistic. Smoke bomb, bitch. And then
Clearly representing the character's fear of parenthood, the child constantly attempts to trap the father.
No, that's not what that is. That's his fear of commitment, because now that she's got a kid by him, she's basically gonna chop his penis off and put it in her purse. And that's why she's got that chainsaw for the arm. Bruh, tell me that's not real though. Yup.
Acting as a violent...
She gonna put his in the box. And that's what all of these cubes represent. The box that she's gonna cut it off with the chainsaw, chop it off, and put it in there. Quick maths.
Violent manifestation of Vincent's fear of losing his freedom thanks to his new parental responsibilities.
Told you!
Going deeper though, the mechanical skeleton is also a projection of the protagonist's anxiety that the baby might not actually be his, as the mechanical shell underneath serves to symbolize that appearances can often be misleading. Then we have to look at the array of mental weapons the baby possesses. Teeth in the eyes, a gun in the mouth, and obviously the chainsaw arm all serve as the dangers that Vincent perceives that they can do to his life. If we take this even further, the chainsaw and the claw arms might also be a horrible...
Oh, yep, the claw arm is grabbing you, you know what I'm saying, and squeezing you because it's child support, and then it turns you upside down and starts, you know what I mean, like pilfering the monies out of you. Because now she's got a court order on you, and it's a restraining order, but and which is keeping you from seeing the child, and that's what's also making her be able to get you for so much. Don't ask me why I know that.
Desire of Vincent's to get rid of the baby, the appendages becoming representative of abortion. Fun stuff. Number 7.
Bruh, I'm gonna have to play that game. That's real. I didn't even know it was tackling real life situations like that. I thought it was just random stuff.
Beauvoir, Near Automata. Beauvoir, aka Simone, is one of the first big bosses you come across in Near Automata. Shacking up in a theatre and putting on her own twisted performances for enslaved robots, Simone yearns to be beautiful and adorns herself in an extravagant dress and garish accessories. However, her violent desire to be perfect is actually pretty tragic, and the robot has taken to cannibalizing her own kind in order to fit the perfect definition of beauty that her former lover demanded, swapping out her parts for more appealing ones. Driven mad in the process, the player is forced to put her down and stop her twisted conquest. The sheer spectacle makes it a memorable boss fight in its own right, but it resonates.
Bruh, why do I like this music though? This music is lit to me. I don't even know why. I fucks with it. But yo, I'm gonna have to play this game, bruh. I ain't even know it was like that. I ain't even know it was on and popping like that. Like,
so
for
much
real.
because it's such an on-the-nose allegory for modern-day society's obsession with fitting an ideal image of beauty that doesn't exist. I mean, we should all be bold, right? I mean, that's...
Yep, we should all be anorexic cat people.
Reflecting how unrealistic demands can result in a whole population feeling uncomfortable with their own body, Simone is a tragic reminder of how dangerous any cultural obsession with appearances can be. Number 6.
And who said that doing video games didn't teach you things? Huh? Look at that.
Persona 4 Golden. The result of Shadows merging with suspected murderer and confirmed kidnapper Namatame, who is then possessed by the Japanese god of fog Kunino Sagiri. I mean, this guy's not having a good day. This late-game boss is one of the weirdest parts of Persona 4 Golden. Unlike most villains, Namatame acted fully in the belief that what he was doing was right, abducting potential victims targeted by the actual killer and taking them to another world with the twisted logic that he would be keeping them safe. Funnily enough, this...
So wait a minute, you was kidnapping bitches to stop somebody else from kidnapping bitches?
Oblivious to how evil his actions were, allowed him to be possessed by the god, who is adorned in peace symbols and in myth is known as the protector and savior of mankind. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and the design and lore behind Kunino's...
How is the road to hell paved with good intentions? If that intention is them going to hell. I've never had good intentions for someone who I wanted to go to hell. I've always wanted the worst of intentions for people that I've wanted to go to hell.
Sagiri perfectly reflects how bad people can perform terrible actions in the name of peace, love, and all things good.
What type of shit? Hold on. You can do horrible things in the name of good? Nigga!
Number 5. The Mother, The Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, bruh, I'm gonna so relate to this. Because if be like that with family, you love them, but you just wanna beat them, you know? And it's a weird, you know what I'm saying? Like,
intentionally obtuse and abstract, The Binding of Isaac is more of an excuse to blast away imaginative enemies and roll the dice on procedurally generated levels than a narrative-driven game. However, there is a thematic thread to follow, with the game's main thrust coming from Isaac's religious mother being told by a voice that her son is full of sin and trying to kill him. Consequently, the levels themselves see Isaac battling against deformed versions of himself as well as other objects from his childhood, reflecting the character's self-flagellation as he attempts to rid himself of the sin inside him.
Oh my god, I have to do a let's play of that game.
Backstory, you'll find that these poor souls are actually the victims of a poisonous gas released into the area which filled them with violent rage.
Definitely your girlfriend. Yep.
Now trapped as spirits in the strange limbo of deadly premonition, they are forced to attack by the Raincoat Killer. Their cries are that of the human soul still alive in the possessed body, not wanting to hurt you, and their strange stance is them trying to fight their orders, turning away from you but being too weak to resist the power of their puppet master.
Damn, nigga, that's dark. That sucks. Having to kill people because you don't want to kill them. And that is where babies come from.
Number 2, The Gatherers.
Oh my god, yes. Oh god, The Gatherers from Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Oh lord. See, this might jump scare me, folks. So this didn't happen if it's bad.
Amnesia, The Dark Descent. With a face that only a mother could love and a dress sense that
Literally.
I all but
His face looks like the world's sloppiest puh. Swear to God. The sloppiest vagina. You know what I mean? It's the butt pussy. I don't know why
the
it's called
gatherers
that.
who haunt the walls of Amnesia: The Dark Descent have a rather deep backstory which informs their horrific design. More than just nameless monsters, each enemy is actually the remains of a former soldier who deserted their station and made a run for it into the woods, only to be transformed into these creatures as a punishment.
Damn. Oh, God. Lord. Bet it gives a fantastic BJ, though. They're all sex dolls. They're all sex dolls.
It's being the result of drinking poisoned wine which caused internal ruptures when ingested, the gatherers' swinging dislodged jaws and bloated limbs are essentially down to their bodies exploding from the inside out. More than that, it was only the strong-willed soldiers attempting to rebel who were stripped of their autonomy and turned into slaves, being literally dehumanized through their new grotesque forms. It's never established whether or not they're actually dead either, with the implication being that they're doomed to haunt the castle while they're still somewhat aware of who they used to be. Either way, as anyone who's eaten too much of a Sunday roast can attest, having a dicky belly is no joke, and this looks to be even worse than that. The horror. And number...
I'm glad I'm watching this early in the day, man, when it's like still sunny. Y'all see that? Still sunny outside.
The Evil Within. The Evil Within might have its issues in the gameplay department, but it's so packed with symbolism when it comes to the enemies that the players face off against. The game's secondary antagonist, anamorphic beast of claws and hair known as Laura, is much more than a throwaway monster inspired by classic Japanese horror films. The game's enemies are actually manifestations of the main baddie's psyche, and Laura is no exception, being a vengeful version of this man's sister who is out for revenge for her unjust death at the hands of some villagers in a barn fire. The boss's constant screaming is a manifestation of his last memory of her as she burned to death, while her patchy melted skin and vulnerability to fire clearly reflects her untimely demise. However, the newly grotesque and virtually invincible body that Laura now sports is supposed to reflect the strength that he always saw in his sister, functioning as his own sick way of allowing her to pursue the revenge that she desires. And
what type of crazy shit is that? Man, all that stuff, that is very well said. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the original video, the link's in the description down below. You feel me? It's your boy Blasphemous HD, Twisms, or Chutch, whichever one tickles your fancy. Twisms.